Right, okay, welcome back, absolute fucking shitbags. How are you all? Peasants as well. Everyone's welcome into the Sergeant's fold. Now, all I'm going to say is we have been, sometimes I go on a rampage and I talk about Rabbit, okay? Sometimes my inner Mitch will come out and succeed into different categories of Michelin abilities, yeah. And part of our projects here in the Sergeant Fury Toad's kitchen is to make people so much better, and it is working. Okay, I've been sat back, literally stunned into silence at my apprentices across the world, up and down the country. Mrs. Tracy, Mr. Sheep Unit, and the person that shall not speak to us. I mentioned us the other day actually, which was a mark of achievement. But obviously we have to be discussionary. Because obviously there's other things that have gone on, so we have to be extremely careful. So I'm going to say that we have got peeling itself to death Teflon pan. It's the only one I've got. It's better than the one. I'm not going to say anything because that's libelous. So here we are. Right, okay, so here we go. What do we try to do here tonight? Well, apart from other things, I've had huge updates. I've had a Michelin awareness situation that's been going on. I've had obviously a meeting with the Mitchies about the progress of the South African. He has set sail, or he is riding out on the waves from the Bermuda Islands across the North Atlantic. He's deployed half a boo-boo leg up 500 metres in the air in a sailing. Like, there's his little bike, and he's got like a parachute thing, and he's up here, and he's got lookout. So that's the whole point of it. So, is it going to work? Don't know. I mean, he hasn't got raid. He's got sat nav on his bike. But sat-nav in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, I don't really think it's going to work too well. It's got like locations of where taxi ranks are and restaurants, but I don't think there's a McDonald's in the middle of the sea. So that's my guess. I don't know. Do I know any better? Who knows? I'm going to check Cam Productions quite a lot over the situation, because the sellotape we're using, I've hardly got anything on it. The sellotape I use to hold my camera like true, and then I put a weight on it. It's well old, and I've got hardly any sellotape left. So if it goes funny, which it looks like, it might be alright. So who knows? Right, okay, this is what we're going to do. So yeah, so we're going to discuss obviously what we're doing, and we're also going to be discussing about two situations that have gone on recently. Mr. Dennis has done a pork crackling dish, and it was a cracker. It was an absolute cracker. But obviously, because it's Sergeant, I will go into things that I've noticed. So there we go. And obviously, Mrs. Tracy's cracked up a lovely chicken broth. Fucking absolute. You got to hand it to her sometimes. I know she's going on about it in the latest video. Oh, it's a simple dish and that. Yeah, I know, but sometimes simplicity can transform into amazement, and it certainly did that job. So very pleased about that. I couldn't believe it when it first flashed up. I liked the colour on the top of it with the carrots and that, because otherwise, I know what she's saying. It's going to give it. Not much of a pill. On a heavy winter's night, you've been out fucking digging fucking horse shit in the middle of a field all day long, and it's been pissing down with rain. There's no fucking lavatories about. You have to piss in your pants. the only thing you bought was a fucking Cornish pasty from Greggs. That's gone all soggy and shit, but you eat it anyway because you're starving. Your flask of tea you dropped on a rock, and that broke the glass inside, so you've now got a cold flask of tea with glass in it. And then you come home to Mrs. Tracy's fucking chicken broth with a massive crusty roll, or something like a bap, a nice white bap, yeah, with loads of butter in it. Smack that in your fucking face. Feet up on the fucking comfy stool. Fire, woolly fucking socks, a little semi-Christmas hat or Halloween fucking outfit, I don't fucking know, and a crack open a fucking nice frothy beer, and you're on to a winner. So that's just the facts of life, mate. That is how it goes, especially when you're dealing with, you know, dexterities like Mrs. Tracy. She can really, like, she can always throw a curveball right at you that you didn't even fucking realise was there, and it was. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring out this situation. Right, I've chucked it there like a legend, right? So, how are we going to do it? What are we doing? What is it? Right, it's beef, right? Now, I've gone for 15% fat, so it's not as fatty as the 25% fat. I think was too fatty, and it almost like shrunk back between itself, and I was like mildly concerned. So what I'm going to do on this one, I've gone for 15%. So I'm hoping this is going to be okay. So this is how we're going to do it. So we are going to be doing, we are doing burgers again. I do realise that. I've already got Sheep Unit's favourite chips. I've gone for crinkle cut chips. I know that he loves them, right? I mean, fuck it. I know what he goes on about, but I've only got, how many potatoes have I actually got? Don't forget, I'm still on poverty specials. I've got no candles. That's what that means. I'm poor, right? I'm not spending £5 on fucking candles. Right, they're the potatoes I've got. So do you want me to make chips out of them? Ain't happening, is it? So, put that over there. Right. Right, so what I want to do though is I need to get a bowl. I know I need to get this going, so right, this is what I'm going to do. So I've washed my hands, Pelosi, I've already washed my hands. Ron don't give a shit. Ron, I mean, I could literally like crack one out and still make like whatever, and Ron wouldn't give a fuck, but Pelosi is like all over it all the time, do you know what I mean? I can imagine him watching me videos. He's probably got it in slow mode, I'll probably speed it up, who knows, and he's watching what I do. He's fucking like on it. Oh, he's touched oh shit, I've touched an onion I'm holding an onion with my bacon, with my beef hands. So there we go. Right, okay. Well, I've cut them into chunks. Right, so I've cut a half of it into chunks. I want to make 2 burgers. Do I want to make 2 burgers? No, I'm going to go for just a burger. But I want to make it a decent sized burger. Right, so and I'm going to do it in chunks. So this is how, and this is the reason why I'm going to do it in chunks. So, okay, I mean this is a completely made up burger, but it's been made up by Mitchie, yeah, or potential Mitchie, obviously. I do have to state that fact to any new people watching, which there aren't. Like I said, you know, I'm doing these videos now, and it's alright, I'm not feeling sorry for myself or anything like that, but, you know, they're not really, obviously, because I've got them on massive restrictions of over 18s only. It really does ruin you in the algorithms, and quite lately, I don't know why it is, but lately I'm like struggling to get to 22 people like viewing. I know I've got all my main crew watching, which is fine, but I haven't even got like, where's all my squad, like me gang members gone? Where's like fucking head gang leader Tom Carriage? Where's fucking Little Warrior? You know what I mean? It's like, where's fucking Rittenhouse? Where's Mikey? Well, I know Mikey 5's still hanging about, and I appreciate him watching, but where's Mr. Chuck and all these people? They've all just fucked off. It's fucking mental. So anyway, I mean, I don't know. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack in. So I've got the base. I've cut it all up. So we're doing just a burger. So I want to get this. I need to get this to a higher heat now, don't I? I need this up to a higher heat. Well, I'm going to go for a capful-ish of smoked paprika. Alright, I want to go onion granules. Oh, come on. Oh, it's already gone all funny. That's amazing. Right, onion granules. So about a cupful of them. Fuck it. Right, just get in there. Toss bag. Right, I'm going fine herbs. I've got that thyme. I was going to put in it, but I thought, no, I'm not going to go beef and thyme because everyone's going to moan and it would just be ridiculous. Right, I want to do this. I want to get this mixture done first, right? So anyway, right, I've already cooked off some bacon in the oven. It's just smoked back bacon. Don't start criticising. Right, don't say no, it looks really shit. It's just bacon. Right, okay. Everyone's gonna be going, oh look, everyone's fucking really like examining the shit out of it. Right, so I want to just scrunch it up quite finely. You could do this in the whizzer, but I just want to do everything by hand. So yeah, so we literally, I was going to place this on the burger itself. I still can, but what I want to do is I'm more interested in flavouring that this beef mince, because what I was going to do tonight, and I was unable to get any, was some. I'm not going to say it because it's for another video actually. So I'm going to keep quiet on what I was about to say. So I'm not going to say it. So, and everyone's going, oh come on man, but no, it's not happening. I'm not doing it. No, because it's for another burger video, which I will be doing, but that's sometime in the future. So there we go. Right, done that. Right. I want to add a little bit of Old Bay seasoning in because I'm not using salt at the moment. Okay, I am pretty wankered, so I'll put a little teaspoon of that in, and then I'm just going to whack in some sea salt and some black pepper. Right, okay, so here we go. Right, now what I'm going to whack in is this. So now this is an option, but I just want to do it. Right, I don't need to do it, but I'm doing it. I'm whacking in some Parmesan. So, because I'm just creating one burger, but I want it to be good. So the ingredient that I was going to tell you about, that I was going to use in this burger, that I couldn't get, but I will be able to get it. I just couldn't be bothered to go to another shop to get it. So I was like, oh, I went to 2 shops. I went to one shop that I knew they wouldn't have it, but I went there because they do cheap cider. And then I went to another shop that I knew they might have it, but they didn't. I knew there was another shop where they did have it, but I just couldn't be asked to go there, so I went, fuck it. So right, so we're just going to grate some Parmesan cheese, basically. Right, and I'm just going to put it in that beef mixture. Right, at the moment, really, what I should have had done is the onions that I've got to do. So I'm just forcing that in there. Fuck it, that'll do. Right. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to whack now this is why I separated the beef like I did. I know there's a big bit of Parmesan in there, but fuck it. Right, okay, cool. Right, now I've got everything I need, apart from what I wanted to put in there, but fuck it, we'll do that for another video. I'm just gonna crunch this in your hands. Now I'm not gonna do it mega smooth, like you could whiz this up. I highly don't recommend that. Just do it in your hands, right? And then you'll get every part of the burger will be slightly different. So do it quite loosely. Don't go, like, it's up to you. I mean, you could whiz it up if you want, but I'm just gonna stick to what I roughly know is gonna work. So, right, okay, that's the situation. Right, so, right, so what we'll do, we'll have a quick fag break, and I'll see you fuckers in a bit. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut the onion. I'm going to get the onion started. So there we go. Now, like I said, we'll go on about Mrs. Tracy's broth. I am going there. Look, I could have done, I watched Mr. Dennis's roast pork video with the crackling and that. The crackling he did was absolute, the crackling, let me understand it, the crackling he did. Now, what I'm gonna do is I understand what has gone on, right? I do understand what's gone on, right? And all that sort of business. I'm not going to actually mention any words specifically. So I understand that, right? And at the end of the day, right, I'm going to take that aspect, I'm going to remove myself from that aspect of what's gone on to what I want to speak about, okay? So, because it will be helpful for everyone else anyway. I don't want people hitting on me going, oh, you're being mean and all that shit. It's not. I don't say these things like to be a shithead. I just say them because there's other people watching, right? And they might pick up on it, right? And they might say, oh, okay, fucking, I didn't know that. It's not like the core gang members or core squad members, obviously. And everyone knows who they are, you know what I mean? So, right, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try and avoid the scent a bit because I don't want like Teflon abilities. Right, so I've got the onion, okay, like this. This is how you properly cut an onion properly. I mean, you can do it like the crossways like that. I've done it plenty of times. I don't see a problem, but this is really how the Mitchies really do it. So I'm gonna go fairly chunky-ish, about 3mm across. I'm not going mega fine, and then when it goes too high, just flip it over and do it again. So you're doing it lengthways, you're doing it with the grain of the onion instead of against the grain of the onion. So you're going with the actual onion strokes. Yeah, so like I said, so what I'll start with is Mrs. Tracy's. So Mrs. Tracy boiled her chicken in the chicken stock water, which is important. You could have just plop them jelly cubes in, Mrs. Tracy. Just take the lid off, and if you just plop them hard enough, like, they'll just come out, right? And yeah, I mean, yeah, she put in a vegetable jelly stock, I think it was, and a 2 Knorr chicken stock cubes. One would have been fine, really, Mrs. Tracy. You don't need to go 2, but you've got to remember they are a flavouring as well, so they do have a lot of salt in them. So, but you know, I'm sure she's aware of that, so I don't need to go down that route specifically. So, yeah, so but you know, that was all fine and that. But the issue that came about is what you should have, what would have been better. I'm not telling her what to do because I can't really, because I know she's like, if she was to be chucked in, like literally say she had to get a job, like say Mrs. Tracy had to get a job, right, like it's urgent times, right, honest to God, she could walk in as a trainee pastry chef, and in fucking 2 months she'd be up there, so it wouldn't really take much at all. It wouldn't be like training someone like me who doesn't even know what whisk and cream means, right? So, I do obviously, but I don't, like I said, I mean that's coming up as well. And also, yeah, we'll speak about Mr. Allen and Mrs. Tracy, setting date. Mrs. Tracy's there to set the rules of the challenge to Allen, which is the pork pie challenge, but not the dates. That's done by me because I've got the Victoria Sponge Challenge to do first, and that's at the weekend. So I'm going over. I'm trying to avoid. I'm not going to be able to. So fuck it. Right, so I'll set the dates, Mr. Allen and Mrs. Tracy, but so don't start talking over me head, alright? So, not saying I don't like it, I just thought it was funny. They're like, in the comments they're arranging shit with each other, and I'm like, well, hang on, fucking who's asked fucking me? I'm the one that's fucking set the challenge up, do you know what I mean? So, right, I'm going to put in a nice bit of salt, a crusty sea salt, nice bit of black pepper. There you go, lovely. Probably a bit of white pepper actually as well, just to give it a slightly different sort of tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack in. I'm going to go for the Marge. I'm going to go, and I know on the last video I put in way too much Marge. I realised that, so I was pretty wankered. This one I'm probably going to be even more wankered in, but it's a more sort of simpler dish, to be honest with you, because all I've got to do with this is literally at the moment is sweat down the onions. The burger's a different thing. I've whacked the burger in the mix into the fridge. Right, so let's get on to what I was saying about Mrs. Tracy, and then we'll have a break, and then I can talk about the same situation with Mr. the White Wizard down under, Mr. Dennis. So right, so when Mrs. Tracy, so she's boiled her chicken, she's taken it out. Right, when you take that chicken out, Tracy, leave it. Right, leave it. With any of them cooked meats, leave it, because when you cut it up, the steam coming out of there, that's moisture being lost. And I know everyone's going, oh, but she's putting it in with a broth. Or yeah, I know, but you want to keep that chicken as moist as possible. So leave it, let it cool down before you even touch it and cut it. The worst thing you can do to meats is when you slice into it and you see loads of steam coming out, and that could be lamb, pork, chicken, beef, anything. Let it rest to room temperature, right, before you cut into it, and it will transform it. And that's what we're going to talk about with like Mr. Dennis's as well. So that's for a bit later. So right, anyway. Okay, so now them onions are getting sweated, I'm going to just, alright, I've got to do it. I'm just going to put in a little 1 garlic cube. So, just want to get that skin off there. These skins on this one, or on these garlics, come off really easy, which is really nice. So, right, I'm just going to, there we go. And I can do that. The only reason why I can do it that quickly is because of a little knife. Put me at work with somebody else's knife, right, and I wouldn't be able to do it. If I could do this at work, but I've got to have my little knife, because I've had it for like 20 years, and I'm like, it's like part of my left hand, do you know what I mean? Or right hand, do you know what I mean? So, there we go. Right, so I just want to put a little bit of garlic in now. Okay, and I'm just going to mix that round. I don't want to lose any onion. I'll escape there. So, right. Right, okay. So what I want to do, I want to get this down to a lower temperature now. And I'm just going to let them sweat off. And I'm just going to let them reduce and do what they need to do. We will, just to add, just to emphasise their situations, I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in, just a little bit, okay, almost like seasoning. So, and that will just help them really get a little bit of, like, almost to try and bring a little bit of their sweetness out. So that's all that's about, really, to be honest with you. So we're going to let that just let it evenly tone over the pan. Okay, the oil's on, there's not much else I can do. The burger mixture is in, we're just going to go for 1 pate. I'm going to try and make it a half decent one. It's got to be, because these are just fluffy white baps I've gone for. Okay, so that's the one I've picked. There's other ones in there. I mean, we could go for a pick-a-thon, but there's no thing back, is there? So it's not live, is it? So. But that's what we've gone for. I was going to go for pickles on this as well, like a gherkin, but I've decided I don't want to. Okay, we're gonna leave it up to responsibility, integrity, Michelin awareness and abilities of amazement. Okay, that's how we're going to run it with this one. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be strong. It'll be powerful, but it'll be subtle in different economic and sub like transmogrifications of nutritious value. Amazing, a watch list of awareness and abilities as well. So, yeah. Right, let's call it a break. Put your fucking tits away, put the kettle on, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, there we go. So we're back from break. I've got the onions where I want them really nice and crispy, like succulent crispy. Now, obviously, because we are doing onions, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to whack in crispy fried onions as well. I can't resist it. I really can't. Oh wow. But it's just too fucking lush. I mean, really like a quid and that. They're fucking amazing. I absolutely love them. So I'm just gonna spread. I'm gonna spread the crispy onion love in there. You know, really getting it in now. So I'm even going over the there's a bit of Teflon in there. I mean, fucking what can you do? Right, okay. Have some. Oh, fucking hell. Have some of that. Right, okay. Let's do it. So I'm going to pour this in. I just want it to lightly the crispy. Oh, that wasn't the plan. The crispy onions. I've just had a sergeant moment. I've just gone mental. So right, I'm going to scrape, and that's got garlic in there as well. I do love my garlic. So bit of Teflon never hurts anyone. So okay, I'm going to save them onions. Yeah. I want to save my crispy onion abilities. Alright, have my onions, eat my onions. So there you go. Right, so now what it's all about is actually a little bit more onion. I should whack in there. I don't want to waste it. Right, okay. Right, now we're on to issues of abilities. Right, because this is a part of the dish now. When I was going to do something, put something else into this, okay, and I just literally just could not be fucking bothered to go up to another shop to get it, right? And actually, lucky I didn't, because what I've had to get today has cost me a tenner, and they only had 20 quid, right? So I'm into the payday week at last. The last week was the desert week, or the desert week, like massive barrenness of skintness. It could have been a lot. I've had a lot worse, so I can't really fucking moan. At least I had fucking fags, do you know what I mean? At least I had cigarettes and shit, so, and coffee and milk and basic stuff, right? I had to get a little bit of petrol today. I put 2 quid in the bike. That'll do. It's fine. Literally, I'm a mile away from where I work, so it's not really a major. That's what I mean. You know, you can't be working where you live. So, right, okay. So what am I doing? Right, I'm getting out obviously the burger. Right. So before we do the burger, right, I've got it out. I'm gonna just tipple it to you. Right. I'm gonna take the back. Now I need to cut this fucker in half. Right. So. We're going to, obviously I've explained to Tracy about her chicken technicality, like she was like trying to peel it back with forks and shit because it was so hot on steam. That's all moisture, you want to keep it in there, just let it cool down, Tracy, that's all you're going to do. So obviously Mr. Dennis done his, I'm going to cut the back in half, right? So we're going to use, the knife I'm using is part of my electric saw blade thing, but it's thin enough, right, that I'm comfortable to use it. So here we go. Right, I need to go directly down. I'm just going to gently just stroke it. Yep. And as I ease into it, it's just perfectly cut in half. That's fine. That's all I need it to do. So we can just keep it there. It doesn't. I'm just going to splay the breadcrumbs all over the kitchen floor, like an absolute fucking ledge would do. Like a ledge would do. Yeah. Right, so that's that situation. Yeah, so like I was saying, So Mr. Dennis done his pork. I'm going there. I am going there. Right. So I want people. I don't want everyone to go, oh, he's being a wanker again. I'm not. It helps everybody else out. Yeah. Same situation that he's got me. He's got me banned from commenting on his channel, right? And he deleted us, right? And his explanation was it helps everyone else on the channel that I'm not there, okay? So I can do vice versa. I'm laying out pointers to help everybody else out who watches my amazing channel. So there we go. Right, okay, so I've got the beef in the bowl, right? We are still going there, but it's just going to be a matter of time. So I want to just do it quickly while it's cold. I'm shaping it while it's cold. So I want just I'm going for a ball first, and then as it gets perfectly shaped, I'm gonna do it. Give me that, that'll do. I'm gonna have to okay, cool. That's fine. Right, I'm just going to try and tuck it in as best I can. And where it is, it's going to be a meaty burger. Right, I need. Why have I put that in the sink? Right, I'm going to need that. Right, okay. Because I've got to do this while it's fairly cold. So I'm just literally cementing everything. I'm literally bringing it back into shape. And it's going to be slightly smaller. And then I'm just going to do it again. Right, okay, over to there, there. Nice, fine. Right, I need it bigger than that bun. So give it a little shake. There we go. And there we are. Right, and now I've got to get it off. Oh, it's come off. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to shimmy it around. I want to try and get everything connected before we get to a point where it's going to be harder to do. There we are. Right, I need this up on a high heat. About a 6 is I'm going for. Right, so I need to take the bun, that's going to come over the bun, which is what I want it to do. And then, here we go. Right, okay. Okay, it's doing what I want it to do. It's got a nice sizzle on it, okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going pure sea salt. Over that top, okay. And when we turn that over, which we will have to do, we're into some serious business. Chips have to go in now. Nice, okie dokie. So this thing's going on, it's all moving and grooving, and we're talking about abilities. Okay, now I'm going to whack the burgers, or the burger buns, on the grill as we speak. This is now going to take in. Now the grill using, yeah, always make sure you got your oven slightly open so you know what's going on. Alright, well, I'm going to turn that down to about 5. I'm just going to let it sit. I've gone for non-rissification on this. I was going to use another pan for this that is better for holding heat and keeping things at a situation where a lot of responsibilities will be coming out. Okay, I'm bringing out the sauces I'm going to be going for. I'm going for tomato, mustard, and I think I was going to go sriracha, but I'm now not going to do that. I'm just going to go for I haven't got a lot of burger sauce left, so I'm going mayo. I'm going to do a special thing with the sauces. and it takes, even though it's only 3 choices of sauces, it still takes a lot of managerial awareness and responsibilities. Okay, so that's how I'm just going to give these chips a nice mix up. I know it's not massively amazing on the chips, but they do the job. I'm just going to give this a nice little shim. Right. So it's important that we shim our beef pate. We've created a mixture in there that should not be denied any responsibilities. A lot of that Parmesan cheese that's in there is now going to start to really bring them forces and hold them and let them beef displayments display their amazement and keep their shape. Okay, so don't ever be too tempted. I mean, you could put things like mustard in the mince and tomato ketchup or fucking whatever you want to do, right? But don't ever make it too loose. You want to keep it so it holds its textural awareness and responsibilities to your pan. Okay, so then we're just going to do a quick zoom in on the meat mixture as we've got it, right? Just as we are seeing it. Okay, I've still got to do a flip over of this burger. Alright. So I'm going to do, just massively guff one out there. I'm going to do a sneaky peek. We're using, don't like using forks too much, so we are going to go with a little knife and we're just going to have a little look. Right, nice. Okay. So we've got a nice, I'm just going to put it back where I found it. We've got a nice little bit of colour on that hamburger there. Okay. So I'll bring it round. So we've got a nice bit of colour on it. Right, so I want to keep it as is. I don't want to go too mental on it. I just want to keep it brimming. I want to keep it strong. I'm going to put in a little bit more butter, or not butter, but a bit more clover. Alright, I've got it. I might as well use it. So I mean, that's all I'm saying. So one thing I might do into this is we are going to start to add in, instead of salt, I'm going to go for a little bit of cheese. So I'm just going to start like bringing my way into false perspective and unreality. I've got the wrong thing here. But I can smell burning. I can smell burning. Oh shit! Right, that's right. But I can smell burning. It's not a problem. It's right. It's okay. I've recovered it. The buns were not burnt at all. I have definitely not had to quickly scrape the shit out of all the charcoalness on the buns. I was 100% paying attention, honest governor. So don't start. So right, okay. I did actually slightly forget the buns there, but there we go. I'm just going through the motions. I just want to like get things ready and almost orchestrated for you, right? So okay. So what we're going to do now is we've got our lovely beautiful burger. We're just going to splash it with the oil. We're just going to basing our burger with oil. Okay, so that's going to create more amazement that's coming out. Okay, so this is going to be truly wonderful. I'm going to get it up to a higher temperature because I'm not too happy with the cooking arrangements going on now. They're looking a bit anemic. I've got to whiz up my situation. I have not burnt my buns. I've got a beer, I've got a doobie. My name's Simon Toes, and welcome to the fucking channel, you absolute peasants. There you go. So yes, that's the situation. So, but what I want to do with this now is once I've flipped this, I've got the cheese ready. I'm cheese ready. I've got my onions ready. Everything's going to be coming into play as we are speaking. Right, so we've obviously got a massive controversial moment that I'm going to dive into, and I know everyone's been thinking, oh, fuck's sake. Right, so, and it is important though, because it'll just make it better. Right? Right, okay, so I've got me burger buns, right, don't laugh. Right, I scraped the burnt bits off and let's start. At least I've got them. They could have been done to a cinder, yeah? So let's not be too like petulant about the situation. I'm going to use the flip up. Nice. There you go. So let's not be too petulant about any insecurities. I've been extremely kind to Mrs. Tracy's chicken broth. You know, everything else on it actually, Mrs. Tracy, was fucking lovely. Right, so anyway, but yeah, so Mr. Dennis has, obviously the White Wizard has done a pork belly. He's scraped all the pork off and all that sort of business. That was all good. I'm going to turn that down slightly. I need to get a plate ready for that to rest on. So yeah, I need that happening. So that'll do. Yeah, but what happened was he got out his massive machete carving knife and he started cutting his pork, right? And the problem with that is all as he cut into it, like again, I said to a lot of people, you need to start letting your meat rest like this. Now, when I take this out now, I know that inside, I can feel by the weight of it, it's not cooked. Right, it's not cooked at all. Right, but I don't really care because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it rest. So I don't like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But I'm just going to let it rest. If I have to let it rest for half an hour, right, the residual heat inside this meat, inside this burger, is going to cook it anyway. So there you go. Right. So what I'm going to do is while we've got heat in that burger, I'm just going to spray on that Parmesan cheese. And I'm just going to do that. So there you go. Right, nice one. Yeah, so you get all too panicky. What you do, you start panicking. Because it's what I used to do. I used to start panicking, but I've learned that there's no real much point. Unless my shit's burning in the oven, there's no real point panicking. Like, why are you panicking? What, you're panicking between you and a fucking electrical item, which is a camera. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Like, just chill out. You know what I mean? Right, so I mean, look at these. I panicked and burnt me buns. So I didn't panic. I just forgot. So right, okay. So what I'm going to do is, I know that burger is quite warm inside, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it and let it settle, right? And this is what I'm saying. So this is the same situation. So what Mr. Dennis did is when he took his skin off, he didn't let that pork beef butt rest for long enough. Say you cooked it for 2 hours, you got to let it rest for an hour and a half or an hour. And then when he cut into it, all that steam that come out, that's all the moisture leaving that meat. Yeah? If you leave it, all that moisture will just settle back down and go back into the meat, relax the meat. And when you cut into it, you'll see juices flowing. It all look dry. Admittedly, there are parts of it where there's loads of fat. It's going to be nice and juicy. Fair enough. But where the meat is, you want to let it rest. Same with like doing like a chicken breast, like a roast chicken breast. Like, you want to cook it like 3/4 of the way through, and then knowing if you serve it then it will be raw-ish, and then just leave it on the plate for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and let the rest of the meat that is already heated up cook the rest of it itself, which it will do. It's going to happen. So there we go. So that's the situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that Parmesan cheese, I'm just going to leave it to just sit on that. That burger's going to be absolutely perfectly done. We've got the chips that are going on, just the crinkle chips, nothing amazing. I'm going to go for a fag break, so because there's not much else I can do now, to be honest with you. I've laid out my stall. I don't want Dennis to be getting critical and going, oh fucking hell, see, he's being a wanker again. I'm not, because I'm just making. He should know all this stuff. Well, I say he should know this stuff. It's not, is it? It's a different thing, isn't it? So, I'm not saying I'm working with like Michelin star chefs or anything like that. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows in the future, mate? You don't know. You don't know what's up the owner's sleeve. He might be wanting to change the brigade. Who knows? I don't know. I'm never in the know. I'm only a washer-upper. I'm only a washer-upper. I'm not in the fucking know, am I? How am I supposed to know? You know what I mean? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Who knows? Right, okay, so that's the situation. So we've got our 2 burger buns here. They'll be fine. They'll be alright. They're perfect size. The burger is bigger than the bun, which is good. I'll just whack that under the grill, get that slightly melted out a little bit. The chips are still going to stay there, of course. I've got a beer. We've got updates from the courier, South African. It's looking pretty good. He has sorted the bike out and he's done exactly what I was hoping he would do, which the other geezer didn't do. Which was Double Agent 16, took no alteration efficiencies on his jet ski. It wasn't a skidder he took a jet ski. But he literally took a 1985 Yamaha jet ski. This geezer is actually been prepared. He's put 2 stabilisers. I know it's a bit sad, but he puts 2 stabilisers on the side of his GPZ 1100. That's been transformed into a version of a road-going bike to a jet ski that's going to cross the Atlantic Sea. With obviously 500 feet up on a parasol, Mr. Half a Boo Boo Leg, who's got binoculars. He's up there, he's got binoculars. Like, he's all ready and shit. He's got a packed lunch with him and everything. He's got like a little banana sandwich and shit, and a little bottle of cocoa, and he's up there with binoculars looking out on the horizon. Might be massive storms ahead. It's got a long way to go. It's got 2,000 miles to travel, so you know, I mean, no actual thanks to the Mitchies, who could have really helped him out, just got him on a plane. Yeah, but no, fuck it, who cares? Right, you fucking shitheads, alright? I know all my swearing and stuff really does bollocks me up on viewage, on algorithms and that, but you know, fucking hell. I can't bear myself to do like a non-adult like video. That means I have to be really nice, not have a fucking fag or a beer, and I can't really be myself. Not that I'm saying myself ain't nice. I'm a bit weird, so it's just a weird little channel here on YouTube, isn't it? Like, we're all fucking mental, aren't we? So anyway, so I mean, why is it? You know, people, not like most like other people who don't do like cooking channels, like they would say like why is this lady up north like posting a chicken broth? And I'm like, well, I don't know. But when you're in that little tiny cliquey madness, it's just mad shit that people do, isn't it? Do you know? It's like Blowski says, isn't it? Like, Blowski's probably actually like the most grounded out of all of us, really, I'd imagine. So, right, okay, your fucking wombats and your fucking white wizards and your sheep units and Mrs. Tracy's and Ron's and Ron, who just comes out with mad shit and is loved by all, and Pelosi, who's pretty formidable when he wants to be, I tell you. So, right, anyway, Mighty Five, who's had a look and dropped in occasionally, and everyone else who doesn't comment but still watches. So, cheers to you all. Right, anyway, I'm going to call that. I'm not doing all him. I'm just having a break. Right, see you in a minute. Okay. Right, so at the moment I'm just scooping out the chips. So here we go. Scooping as we do. We're duping, scooping. Yeah, as many chips I can get out as I can. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, sorry, a bit of ash there. So like I said, we're just scooping out the chips. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I mean, if Dennis would have just let that pork rest for like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or whatever, or probably a bit more than that. You wouldn't have had all that steam come out. Yeah, that's loads of moisture leaving the pan. I am well wankered, so if I do any mistakes abilities on this situation, then I can only hold myself and my true channel. And the fundamentals of the channel is to be harsh but fair and to be able to take it as I receive it. Yeah, and whatever. So there we are. Right. Oh, that was a big one. Right, okay. So yeah, like I said, and then the most egregious, I'm going to just go for table salt, because I just literally haven't got a lot of sea salt left. There we go. So chuck the crinkle chips in there, which I know that is Sheep Unit's favourites. And there we go, and that's it. And we'll just flash them over there. And that's it. Yeah. So but then sadly, for Mr. Dennis, he started cutting up the pork, and I don't want to be. I'm not being a wanker or anything like that. Well, I've got this on for some reason. I need it off, so I've got that actually. This is actually getting warm, so it's getting hot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the burger. Right, this I'm going to whack under the grill, and this is going to be a Hail Mary. If I get this right, if I fuck this up, then the plate will explode, and I don't want that to happen. So I've got to keep a right eye on this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go chips there, like I do. Burger bun is there. Right, let's do it. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to go mayonnaise. I'm going to go mayonnaise first. I'm going to start in the middle and hope it don't come out the splodge. Okay. And then I'm going to go French mustard. Okay. Right, okay, and here we go. And it all is a case of this. Everyone knows what I'm going for. Everyone knows what I'm going for. And you can't beat it. You can't run away from it. It is American cheese slices. It has to be done. I'm just going to get a pack of them now. I'm keeping an eye on the burger with that plate under that grill. Right, the grill is definitely on. It is. Right. It's going to be brutal. Right. I want this to be perfect. Right, okay. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm going to place the first cheese slice on. So I know this is going to go all over the place because I am absolutely wankered. So I want a cheese slice there. I'm going for double cheese slices. Yeah, this is not. I'm not mucking about on this one. I'm going serious. So and there as well. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay. Right. Once that burger is up to temperature. Right. While I'm waiting for that burger, I've changed my mind slightly on this slice as well. I'm going to go mayo as well. Fuck it, why not? I'm going why not. I just want to go fucking balls out. Right, okay. And fucking French mustard. On that as well. Just fucking absolutely why not. Right, okay. When I squeeze it down, I want squidge arrangements coming out, yeah? So I'm just going to remove that. There we go. I'm still keeping the massive eye on the burger. Right, that'll do. I'm getting a little bit of colour. I'm just going to move it around slightly. That plate is fucking hot as shit. So I've got to be. I am like not organised at all. I am organised now. I'm ready. Right, this is going to be hot, and I want it going on hot as well. So I'm putting that burger slice back on. That's fine. Right, that's off. I need positionals. I need things to be arranged that should be there. Right, okay, here we go. That plate is steaming. It's hot as shit. Jesus Christ. Right, that's hot as you like. Right, okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to move that over there. And I'm going to move that there. And I'm going to place that burger that needs the onion on there first. That is lush. Right, I want to just flatten out that onion scape, yeah, for a bit, for a reason. So I don't mind bits falling off, but we just need to get it as almost like a basis. And here we go. That plate is dangerous. I'm not touching it. Right. Right, that's the burger. Right, we're just gonna. I'm going to ginger it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. Before I even ginger it, I'm going to stick with more mayo. Because I need a little bit of a concrete base there. We are going to be changing it up. We are going to be changing it up to tomato ketchup. But these are the vibes I'm going with. Okay, here we go. Right. Squidge it down a bit. Nice, nice. That's hot. That's fucking absolutely crucially hot. Right, I hope that don't break in the water. It hasn't, thank God. Right, I'm just going to squidge this down a bit and give it a little tootsie, give it a little shimmy and see what we say. Right, now we go on to the rest of the situation. Right, which is another cheese slice, okay. So we are going to go for the in-depth interview first. Alright, squidgenisations at the moment. Loads of that onion on there. Yeah. Okie dokie. Right, here we go. We're going in. We're going in deep and we're going in hard. I'm going tomato ketchup now. Now I'm going in French mustard. Almost like a 50 cal machine gun shooting down some form of airplane. There you go. That can go away. More American cheese. Just cheese it up. This is literally a bacon and onion cheeseburger. And this one has slightly split, so that's annoying. Fuck it. Onions, but obviously the onions need a base, don't they? So yet again, more tomato ketchup. Yeah, so like I said, when we watched Mr. Dennis do his roast pork, yeah, so much steam that come out of it, I mean, was amazing. You could see that the pork was dry, or dry in places. And I'm not being bad, but I actually personally thought that somebody, and I know this is why I get criticism, but I think it's better to be truthful than not. And I actually thought that someone actually planted a mini grenade in the middle of the pork and let it off, and it was everywhere. So, okay, so I'm going to go for onions, and when he's chopping it, like, it was just an absolute mess, to be honest. I'm not being bad, but I think even he knows it was, so he can't say he weren't. The potatoes and everything else that he did was alright. Not much gravy though. I'm not going to comment on the gravy, obviously. So, look, it could be worse. I could have done a black magic. I didn't do a black magic version of it, did I? So don't buy at the start. Right, yet again, more tomato ketchup. This is going to be sick. Like, even the onions like failing it, it's going fucking hell, what's going on? Like, this geezer's going brutal. It's going brutal mode. I am. Okay, last bit of cheese. I'm just going to plonk a bit of cheese on there, and then I'm going to put on the top. I think that's it really. Yeah, I'm going to squidge it down. I'm going to squeeze it down, and I'm going to put. I'm going to stake a steak for it. So have some of that. There you go, quality. That's amazing. Right, and now we're going to do the chips. So we're going to do the chips. Right, here's the chips. Happy days. Right, there's a black. There's a darker one there. We'll hide that. So we don't like the dark ones. But we do. We're all like, you know, we're in it together, aren't we? We're in it together to be fucked up, so it's fine. Right, okay. I'm going to put some salt on the chips. And there we go. That's it. So that's what it's all about. So, right, okay. There we go. So that is the finished product. Alright. So let's have a look. Alright, everyone can see that. So nice. So it is a fucking absolute beast. Yeah, it's pretty mental, really. I'm looking forward to munching. Not even a tomato inside, apart from the tomato ketchup. That was one thing I was going to do, but I'm not going to say anything about that. The burger I was going to do would have been slightly different. Not as mental as this one. This one has turned out to be fucking an onion monster. So I might even call it the onion and cheese fucking monster. So I do like a monster burger, I must admit. It would have been nice if I'd have brushed the top with butter and some sesame seeds and other things like that. There's loads of other suggestions that people could do. It is one of them dishes that it's just one of them. I'm going to try and get the chips slightly better position for a photo shot, but I mean, it's just one of them. But anyway, so far I've been critical over people. That is just the situation. I've got to do to Alan. I've got to do the sponge fucking cake challenge first. Well, not challenge, but fucking, you know what I mean. I've got to do that. That's probably going to be Saturday. I'll probably do the sponge cake, Victoria sponge cake Saturday, and then sometime during the week, midweek next week, will be I'll start to communicate with Tracy between the rules and shit, and I'll name an actual date. It'll probably be like Wednesday, Thursday. It might even be next week, the weekend after. We don't know, because I've got to go down and see me nan. Right, because I've got a bit of an interesting message from my aunt. She's not too happy. What I'm going to do with me now, I'm going to go down and see her probably Saturday actually, or probably Sunday. Might be Sunday. I'm going to cook her a shepherd's pie. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm just going to cook a shepherd's pie, and I'll probably do it Sunday actually. And then we can by Monday, Tuesday, me and Tracy and Alan can start talking about the rules of the challenge on the pork pie. By then, I've already done the cheesecake, the Victoria sponge fucking cake thing. So there we go. Right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dig in. I'm going to take the utensils off, and it's just going to be what it is. And we'll come for a zoom up and a look at this absolute monstrosity. See in a minute. Right, and there we go. I mean, you couldn't sell it at a fucking burger van if everyone would be like, they'd actually probably fucking run away. Right, it's mental. Look at the fucking oo and goo. But this is literally an oo and goo fest. I'll start off at the bottom. Imagine it like well, I was about to say the twin towers. I was watching the documentary of that recently. It's fucking mad. I was how old was I? I was 24 at the time, and as I heard the news, I was crossing Hammersmith Bridge. I had a little radio set up inside me because I was motorbike crewing at the time in London. And on my G-Reg Kawasaki GT 550. Registration plate ALC G232, I think it was. Yeah, done fucking shitloads of miles on that. It was fucking fucked when I bought it anyway. I fucked it even more. It was fucking mental. I'm amazed it survived this, really. But there we go. But look at this absolute mountain of Jesus Christ. What a fucking... Wow. Absolutely mad. That's fucking nuts, isn't it? My brain is mental, isn't it? Right, okay. Yes, that's when I first heard the news of it. I didn't even know what the Twin Towers were, really. And, yeah, it's fucking mad, mate. When I got home back home for work that night, oh, my days. It was like, it was, oh, horrendous. Poor people, poor people. Right, okay. Well, anyway, they're all gone now. They're all resting their souls. Right, anyway, so what we'll do is, yeah, it's fucking... It looks like it's going to be Saturday's Victoria Sponge Madness. Yeah, and then during next week, it'll be Alan's Pork Pie Challenge, really. So, see how it fucking goes. Right, anyway, take it all. Be good. Thumbs up. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one.